This stuff has a odd smell to it. Hey, what are you doing? Welcome to the Rusty Garage and Homestead. My name is Mike. In today's video, we're going to take our Husqvarna 572 and cut up a little bit of wood. Went to church this morning, it was raining. Went and had lunch, it was raining. Now it's not raining, we got a little bit of time, so a little bit every day, right? These piles behind me was ones we cut up the other day. That was in the pile. That was out of the scrap pile. So since we got a little time, we're not going to be doing any splitting today. I want to go ahead and get back into this pile and start cutting some more. In this pile, we've gotten, you can see the seam right back there. We've made it one railroad tie in. This side's end is a little bit more because these ends aren't quite square. But when we started cutting in these piles, all this wood was pretty much right at the end of the railroad tie. So we're making headway little by little. So I'm happy about that. A lot of this stuff in these piles is sized perfectly for that 6-way wedge on that Eastonmade Apex. So anyways, let me go ahead, fuel and oil the saw, get it started, and we'll start cutting. You want one there? Sure.
I'll get some.
This thing's really loud. I would advise you get some. One of these days you may want to hear something. I think that's probably the first time I put fuel and oil and didn't spill something. Hey, what you doing? there it is, a little bit every day. We got some split or cut up anyways. John's stacking some more of this. It's starting to get to the point, you guys seen the video, kept having pieces fall down. So I think when we get back to cutting again, probably cut this big one down low, maybe, or start rolling some of this stuff down just to make it a little bit safer where it's not gonna fall on us. But that's what we got so far. Probably about, I don't know, maybe added about half of what was already here. I think all we cut was a little less than an hour, and a lot of that time has stopping, moving the camera, getting a drink, moving stuff out of the way. So not an hour cutting, but there's an hour of film so far. But a lot of this stuff is sized perfect for the 6-way wedge, which I'm thankful for, because that thing is fast. You're speeding up production quite a bit when you have the right size wood to push once through on the 6-way. Yeah, it's a game changer for sure on how fast you can speed up your process. And before too long, we'll get back to the scraps pile. It needs to get cut up and off the ground. There's a lot of firewood in that, but and you guys can see, I did this yesterday. I don't know when that video came out, probably a few days ago, a week ago, but there was a lot of trips back and forth to just pick up pieces that needed a few little cuts, and a lot of end cuts, scrap pieces, short pieces, angled cut stuff. All that stuff's getting tossed to the side. We'll bust it down, it'll go into one of the chunks and hunks totes and sell it at a discount. Either, I don't know, 50 or 60 bucks is what I'm kind of figuring for the totes of knotty pieces and short pieces. But we've made it. There's the seam for that tie. There's the seam for that tie. So these ties, I'm gonna leave them here for just a little bit so I can get some of this stuff rolled back down. But I'm just glad to get out here and get a little bit of cutting done. Hopefully sometime this week we'll get some splitting done. There's chance of rain and storms every day this week, so I don't know what we'll get done. Luckily, this new wood yard is kind of up on the hill. It's windy. I mean, obviously you guys can tell it's windy, but hopefully we'll get some time to be able to get up here and do some more cutting and splitting. I'm just guessing there's probably 2.5 IBC totes, maybe 3 in this pile. That pile right there, there's over an IBC tote. I don't know, that's about shoulder high on me, but some really good size stuff in this. A lot of straight pieces, not a lot of knotty stuff. So a lot of the knotty stuff I'm not even messing with. It's going straight over to the chunks and hunks. And something else, I know I've cut persimmon before. I couldn't tell you the last time I cut some persimmon, but this stuff has a odd smell to it, and I do not remember persimmon having an odd smell. I don't know. I can't even place it. It's odd. But anyways, everyone, appreciate you being here. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next one.